Hello, boys and girls of YouTube. Well, here we are, last day of 2020. I'm not sorry to see this year go, but you would think with a lot of home time, I would have gotten a lot more done this year than I would have thought. If you go back to some of my prior videos, you'll kind of see what's going on. But long story short, what I'm trying to do is get everything back together. I had a pretty, last time I had this motor running, I had a big oil leak in the back. I believe it was coming from the China rail and where the manifold meets it. So in the back, I've used a product called The Right Stuff. I did kind of put my hand back there to see if I can feel how well it, I guess, squeezed out the extra stuff. And it did seem like it made contact all the way across and squeezed out a good amount where I think it made enough contact. So hopefully that's going to seal. Also, another big problem I had was, I believe, on the manifold, I had a gasket not really sealing correctly. I think I had a big vacuum leak underneath the manifold. Well, last couple times I tried to get this motor up and running, it would not idle down. So I'm making an assumption that it was a vacuum leak from somewhere. Now, I checked everything. There aren't a lot of ports on this thing that'll actually suck in air. And I realized last time when I had this motor running well, I had a thicker gasket than the last few times. This is like the third or fourth time I'm actually trying to put this manifold on and get it to seal. Again, I'm assuming it's not sealing right. So I use a thicker gasket for the intake to go to the heads. Hopefully that'll cover up any imperfections or angle differences, I'm hoping, between the manifold and the cylinder heads. But again, since it's a thicker manifold, I already talked about sealing the back of the manifold against the China rail. Hopefully the front sealed as well. I didn't use the same product in the front because I've heard that when you use that product, it's very hard to get the manifold off. So if you got to go with the old traditional, Permatex black in the front, and that seemed to have done the trick in the past. The very first time I noticed an oil leak, I did have a little bit of oil leak in the front too. So that's what made me think the back was leaking. So I did take a look, and it looks like, again, it squeezed out a good amount. So I'm making sure by just visually inspecting it that it looks like it sealed pretty well, and it looks like it did. Looks like it squeezed out a good amount. So I'm assuming it made a good contact across the front as well. So at this point, you think with this year I would have made a little bit more progress than this, because it was September when I last had it running and started ripping it all apart again. And now we're, like I mentioned, last day of 2020. So I didn't make a lot of progress since then. But here we are. Hopefully in 2021 I will make more progress. Again, if you read the title of my channel, it's, Drag Week Racing Adventure, and I haven't had a lot of adventure with this car at Drag Week, not since 2017, when I blew a head gasket and blew up the transmission literally on day one. It's a 5-day event, the second pass in. So It wasn't great, but here we are. Hopefully 2021 will bring a little better luck for this. Actually, a little better luck for us all. I think we all could use it by now. And let's see what happens. So stay tuned. We'll make more progress. Let's see what happens. Talk to you again.